appreciate it. Back at you. Have a seat, please, all of you. And riffraff, remain seated. That was very kind. Back at you. Put some of that in your back pocket. Hold on to it. You'll never know when you need something from your back pocket. Oh boy, I'll never forget this moment. This is just, I like to try to take it in and hold on to this memory, and I will cherish it, and I'll never forget it. Chances I will, though, because I'm trying to pay attention more, because I realize I don't have such a good memory. I'm very, very similar to Dory in Finding Nemo. That was not so far from who I am. I don't hold on to, I have a short, immediately, like I remember a minute ago I was playing the harp, and then before that I have no idea. But you all look very familiar. So, it's just really sad. I don't know if anyone has the same problem, but I hear people talking and they remember their entire childhood. They're just going on and on about, oh, I remember when my mom was changing my diaper, and then I said, what? How can you remember being in the bed and you're an infant and learning to walk and all that stuff? I don't remember that. I remember very, very few things, and when I do, they're small little snippets. I wish I had long kind of memory. I have like just a tiny little, like they're independent film memories. You know, they're all kind of out of focus and shaky handheld things, and Parker Posey and Christina Ricci are always in them. And so, I don't know why. And they're beautiful short memories, but then I'm going to submit them to Sundance. But I want to remember more, but it's amazing how sometimes, you know how a smell will trigger a memory? Which, by the way, there's a couple, I don't know if they're a couple, but two people, Richard Axel and Linda Buck are their names. They just got the 2004 Nobel Prize for Science because they scientifically linked smell to memory. I mean, everybody's always known that, and they found that we have 10,000 smells in our memory. Which is so true. I mean, but 10,000 smells. And I know, for instance, like when I smell hamburger, it triggers, I have to work out. Like I'll smell that and immediately know working out comes soon. But the other day I had a memory for no reason. I was trying to figure out where it came from, but I was telling some people here at the show that when I was in second grade, this is a true story, by the way. Second grade, I was sitting at my desk, just minding my own business. How old are you in second grade? 9? 7? 7? I'm 7 years old, sitting at my desk, minding my own business, and someone behind me, I'm assuming it was a kid, because it was second grade, so just stabbed me in the back of my head with a pencil. Just the whole pencil went into my head, the lead, everything. And what could I have done? So I was, I'm sure, minding my own business, and there was nothing to do, because, of course, I was raised Christian Science. It was just going to stay in there. Nobody did anything about it. So, you know, I didn't turn around. Christian Scientists don't turn around. And so, because if you're not going to do anything, why see who did it? So, just so I had lead in my head until, who knows, it's still in there probably. I don't know. And then I had a memory like, well, this is always fresh cut grass. I realized that whenever I smell that, I think of, you know, when I was a kid and, you know, I'd be outside and mowing the lawn, or somebody would be mowing the lawn. And that always reminds me I was actually hit by a lawnmower. Someone was mowing the lawn and not looking and knocked me over, and so that, I smell the grass. And then another memory I have, these are all true stories, and another memory when I smell hay, and I had completely forgotten this, when I smell hay, I think of this, I don't know when this happened, I think 7th grade. I remember the area. I used to hang out at stables where they kept horses. I never rode ever, but I was at stables every single day hanging out with some kids that worked there until a horse kicked me in the head. And, true. And so I think knocked the lead out of my head probably at that point. And gee, I wonder why I don't have any memories. I'm now putting it together. My earliest memory, and I don't have this memory, but my mother told me, and I've told this story before, this is true. I was an infant. I was like a few months old, and I was crying, and she was trying to calm me down. She was rocking me in the rocking chair, but she was rocking, I imagine, pretty fast and pretty hard, because we went over backwards in the rocking chair. Seriously, that's my mother. How, shh, like, what are you doing? And then I'm thinking, it's too bad they didn't have video cameras back then when I was a baby, because America's Funniest Videos, we would have won $10,000, and then that would have paid for some of the therapy, I'm thinking. You know. Here's one thing I'll always remember, and that's that I love to dance. I get it. Do you remember? Tony?
Hey.
I'll remember you because I see you every day.
Yes, and I see you as well, so I can't forget that.
Hey, listen, let me talk about this real quick before I forget, because last night, Lost was on again. If you're not... Have you been watching Lost? Have you been watching the show? Oh.
I haven't seen it.
You haven't seen it yet?
No.
All right, you're not that far behind. This was the fourth one last night that aired. So the plane goes down on an island.
Okay.
Let me just catch up.
Okay.
Okay, they don't know where they are because polar bear, for some reason, on an island, lush, green, tropical island, and suddenly a polar bear out of nowhere.
Wow.
And there's a monster there. You never see it, but you hear weird noises and trees go down, so it's big.
Okay.
And then a dog was lost. They found the dog. By the way, the dog is very well groomed. Like, last night, the thing that happened was you see a man in a suit, perfectly coiffed suit. You see him in the distance, you don't know where he comes from because it's an island out, there's nothing there, and here's a man with a suit on, and I think he's a groomer, I think. Because the dog is like brushed and shiny and healthy as can be, not hungry, not panting, everybody else is starving. Everybody's got cuts on their faces like, you know, not even bruises, like they've just gone through a rose bush or something. Just, it doesn't seem like they've been hurt too badly, just like scratch there, and the people, when some of the scratches are scabbing up now, but when those go away, they're going to be really even better looking than they are now. Because they're all good looking people. It's seriously, it's like Stephen King meets Melrose Place. It's that kind of it's and really, and no one is going through caffeine withdrawal. That's what I don't understand. No one's had coffee the whole time they're on the island, and I can tell you that that's not truthful because they would be hurting.
I have to watch this.
Yeah, you'll have to watch Lost. It's really good.
I will.
I'm telling you. Hey, on the show today, Annette Bening is here. I love her. She's an amazing actress. She's getting a lot of Oscar buzz for her new film, Being Julia, which I saw, and she's really, really wonderful in it. But she cannot be a guest star on Lost because no new people can come on. Also on the show, Nick Lachey is on the show. Yeah. Handsome devil. He's, he and Jessica Simpson, they're on the Newlyweds, and now he's on a show called Charmed, very popular show, Charmed. And he and Jessica Simpson now it's Newlyweds, but I think it's been going on for about 9 seasons now. I think this is... When do you stop being Newlyweds? I like the idea of it, but they're not Newlyweds anymore. Milking it like crazy, the Newlyweds. Yeah. This is, they're gonna have the 7-year itch that's gonna be on later on. On the show also, Richard Marx is here. Come on. Come on. Hold on to the night. Hold on to the memory. Sorry. You know that song, Hold On to the Night. And then he's singing When You're Gone from his new CD, My Own Best Enemy, and I was watching rehearsal. I'm not kidding around. I started crying. It's a beautiful song. I'm not ashamed to say it. It's a beautiful song. I'm glad he's here. Hey, listen, October is Breast Cancer Awareness Month, as everyone knows, and I want to say to my friend Melissa Etheridge, to everyone's friend Melissa Etheridge, she was diagnosed with breast cancer. She's doing very well, and our thoughts and prayers are with her. And as we learn every single day, it affects everyone. If it's not directly your family, you know somebody who has. And more people are joining the fight. Target.com is featuring an exclusive collection of pink things to raise money for breast cancer research. The T-shirt I'm wearing, for instance, is part of the collection. And maybe something like this was on the back of my head, and that's why that kid stabbed me on the... Other items include a pink tote bag, a cashmere scarf, a picture frame, flip-flops. Everything is under $25. 100% of the profits will go to the Breast Cancer Research Foundation. That's not all. On behalf of today's audience, Target is donating $5,000 to breast cancer research. All right, look at that. That's not going to fit into the ATM machine, so... Hey, listen, if you want to show your support and purchase any of the items, just visit our website. Listen, this RSVP Ellen thing that we mentioned is spreading like wildfire across the country. If you don't know what I'm talking about, you don't have your finger on the pulse. You're not hip, you're not down with the homies. I'll tell you what I'm talking about. I've said, invite me to something, I'll go. Because a lot of times people will invite me to a birthday and thinking, oh, she'll never go, but I'll invite her. Decided this time, I'm going. Whatever you invite me to, I'm going to pick the thing and I'm going to go to it. So we've gotten so many invites, like I think 250,000. The last count, we've gotten 250,000 invitations, and it crashed our computer this morning. We actually, this is just in the last 3 days. So we're getting, someone kind of broke it down, we're getting 8 emails a minute, which is, that's a lot, because that's, 8 emails a minute, there's 60 minutes in an hour, 24 hours a day, so the 8 times, it's a lot. So, but I'm picking out some of them, and we're going through every one. Don't stop sending them, because just when I think I found one that's good, Janet Kirshner is her name. She invited me to her grandma's, Alice's 100th birthday party in Andover, Massachusetts. That sounds like a fun thing. Then Laura Danielson wants me to go trick-or-treating with them in Holman, Wisconsin. Michelle Taunton wants me to see her sonogram in McKinney, Texas, and it would just be me and the doctor knowing if it's a boy or a girl. But I don't think I can keep a secret, so I'm not going to do that, I don't think. That's dangerous to let me know that. And then yesterday I read an invitation from Christine Kelly in Old Bethpage, New York. She wants me to go to Escapades, which is an all-male review, like a male stripper club with her. And I said, that sounds good to me, because, and also it's New York. It's New York, New York. Imagine, oh, Mama, I want to go. Exciting to go in New York City, Mama. If I could make it there, I'd make it anywhere, Mama. I want to go, Mama. Then today, I got something this is really good, too, because I was excited about that. And then I get something from Liz Snippen from Conway, Arkansas. Come watch a movie with us in Conway. Where, you might ask, is Conway? It's between Toad Suck, Skunk Hollow, and Pickles Gap. It never really occurred to me that I had moved to a small town until I had to give directions to my house. You turn at Pickles Gap Baptist Church. If you get to Beaver Fork Road, you've gone too far. Then travel 2.5 miles and so on. Anyway, every Saturday night in Conway, the downtown literally shuts down the streets, puts up an outdoor theater, and shows a movie. Bring your lawn chair. I bet we have an extra one for you. Sit in the middle of Toad Suck Square and watch a movie. Admission is only $1. We'll get that waived for you since you're coming so far. And all the proceeds will go to charity. Thanks for making us laugh, Liz Snippen. P.S. If you decide to travel next May, we could have you down for Toad Suck Days. But that's another story. And see? That sounds too good to pass up. I was excited about going to New York for the thing about the male review, but I'd sit there in a lawn chair with my squishy pillow, and I could just be in Toad Suck Square near Pickles Gap. I love pickles, you know that. The Skunk Hollow part worries me a little bit, but I'm excited. So every time I get something, I think that's the one, and then I get a new one. So keep sending the invitations in, and I'm going to pick soon. I'm going to go someplace really soon. So thanks very much for everybody sending in the emails, and keep going with the things. Hey, listen, when we come back, Annette Bening's going to sit right here. Thanks for watching. Our first guest is the mother of 4 and one of the most talented actresses in Hollywood these days. She's generating Oscar buzz for her new role in the new film Being Julia. Please welcome Annette Bening. Watch this squishy pillow. You don't have to have it. It's just that, you know.
I have it.
Hold, feel it. Look,
Yeah, it's nice.
You look at it and you go, I don't really know, but then you touch it and you can't stop touching it. Am I wrong?
No, you're right.
Someone
it's very
sent it to me.
scrunchy and yummy.
I know. Someone sent it to me, and I get a lot of stuff, and I think, oh, okay, but then that, I keep touching. You can move it, though. You don't have to hold it. Don't cover up your outfit. That's a good outfit. I like your jacket.
Thanks.
You look great.
Thank you.
All right. I'm a huge fan. I really am.
Thank
We've
you.
met once, briefly, a long, long time ago, so we don't really know each other. But
Okay.
I'm a huge fan.
Thank you.
All right. Do you have a bad memory, too?
I have, yeah, actually I do. I don't really want to reveal why, but I think I don't have a great memory. But it's true.
Yeah.
It's fuzzy.
Right. And you have, like, tiny little snippet things like that?
Like little moments, yeah.
Like, I'll just remember, like, like, I don't remember I moved around a lot. I don't remember houses. I remember the area. But I know that you just recently went back to...
Right.
Where are you from?
I was born in Kansas, and we moved to San Diego when I was 7. And my husband and I were going back to Washington, D.C. for the Kennedy Center honors because a friend of ours was being honored, Jack Nicholson, so we were all on the plane together.
I've heard him.
Oh, yeah. And so we stopped in Wichita, and we got out of the plane. We were looking at the map in the little airport, and we noticed that, and I said, you know, I actually lived here when I was a kid, and that's the street I lived on. And somebody there said, well, you know, we've got a few minutes. Why don't we jump in the van and drive over to your house? And so we said, why not? So we all piled in the van.
You, Warren, Jack?
And Jack's friend.
Rudy.
And we all got in the car and we drove to the street. It was about 6 o'clock. It was winter, kind of twilight, and we drove up. And sure enough, the house is sitting there, and I can see the lights are on. And the front door is a sort of, they've replaced it with a glass front door, so the whole front door is glass. We got out, we walked to the front step, all of us together, ring the doorbell, and I'll never forget the woman's face through the door.
That's amazing.
Yeah, she was really sweet. The neighbors next door had lived there when I was a kid, so
Well,
they...
wait, what did she do? I mean,
Well,
she just...
so she had heard that I had lived there when I was little, and so she was very sweet. She was stunned, and she and her husband were there, and I think she had a few drinks, so she was very relaxed. Very friendly, cheerful, and let us in, and we stood in the living room. She showed us around a little bit, and she showed us her glass miniatures, which she had in a case. She was absolutely lovely and hospitable and a little shocked. And that was it. It was great.
And the lady next door, what happened to the neighbors next door?
They're still there from when I was little. So this neighbor had heard, you know, that I had lived there. So when she saw us, it was like, oh yeah, you came back. It's nice.
Yeah. And also that the house is still there. So many people just tear the houses down and redo them. So that must have been really cool.
No, my parents loved that house, and they were really proud of it. And yeah, it was great.
That must have been amazing.
Yeah, it was. It was great.
This is just I'm just going to show a quick picture of you and Warren because it's cute.
Okay.
Look at that.
My
Y'all have 4 kids together now, right?
Yeah, 4.
That's amazing. And how old are they?
12, 10, 7, and 4. It's great.
That's amazing. And 4.
Yeah, 4 is a lot. 4 is a lot.
Yeah, it is a lot. Do the oldest one is how old? 10?
12. 12-year-old girl, 10-year-old
10.
boy, 7-year-old girl, 4-year-old girl.
Uh-huh. And then does the 12 and the 10, do they take care of the younger ones, or?
You know, they do. They do. They all kind of take care of each other. It's really sweet. I mean, they have their moments when they don't get along, but no, they're very close.
And how is Warren? Is he a good dad?
He's a great dad.
Yeah?
And in fact, just recently he went on his 3rd Boy Scout camping trip with my son.
Really?
How cool is that?
That's adorable.
It is
That's
adorable.
Great.
It's great.
That's really great.
No, he's a great dad. He's really communicative and rational and really talks things through with them. And, yeah, he's great.
Oh, that's adorable. And so the 4-year-old, that must be really hard. Does she go with you when you do movies? Because that'd be hard to leave behind.
No, I haven't had to just leave ever. I haven't done that. So when I go, I've been very lucky. The last couple of things I've done, it's been in the summer. They can go with me. And the older ones, you know, they have one. In fact, when I did Being Julia, we were in Hungary. And
Is that where you shot that?
Yeah. So the older 2 came and went because they had summer camp they wanted to do and other stuff. And the 2 little ones were just with me the whole time. And then Warren came over with the older 2, and they kind of came and went, and then we were all together. And it works out, and they get to travel, and they.
It's amazing.
Yeah.
And now do the older ones, do they want to act? Do any of them want to act yet?
I don't know for sure. There's a certain amount of interest in the theater, for sure.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I love taking them to the theater. And
More so than film?
a little bit, although they like the movies too. But yeah, they do love live theater and musicals and the whole thing. Yeah, they love it.
Well, they'll be very, very good, I'm sure. Your first, you actually, did you start when you were younger?
No, I mean, I went to a play when I was in junior high. I was moved to San Diego when I was 7, so I went to the local Old Globe Theater and saw my first play. I saw a Shakespeare play, and I just loved it.
Is this before or after the drill in high school?
Well, yeah, when I was in high school, we had an emergency drill, and it was all just pretend, but we have it all kind of planned out. So I was supposed to be on the football field injured, and we had a helicopter come in.
That's a big drill, a helicopter.
I know,
Big budget.
it's incredible, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I was supposed to be an injured, I think I was supposed to have a broken leg, and they were lifting me into the helicopter, and I got really into it.
In what way?
Well, this is a little bit embarrassing. I just sort of, I teared up, like it was actually happening to me. Very strange. I don't know. Yeah, I look back and think, what was that about? But no, I did. I got really into it.
I think that's really good. I mean, you were actually playing the part of someone.
Yes.
Yeah, and you're giving the people that are picking you up more, to work with.
They thought it was odd.
Yeah. Well, the person would be crying. They should know how to act too. Everybody should be into it. I think it's great. I really do. I think you're an amazing actress, and you're great in this film, which we'll talk about in a minute. We have to take a break. We'll be right back. We're back with Annette Bening. That's right. I mean, you're so good in it, and you're so funny in it too.
Thanks.
You're so dry, and you play a theater diva.
Yeah, she's
Was
a diva.
Was that how you describe her?
She's a diva, for sure. She's wicked.
And she's just about to. See, I got something different out of it than we were talking about it. I feel like it seemed like a pattern of that how the movie ends. I thought, oh, that's just it'll start over and happen again. But it was a new. I don't want to give anything away, but it just to me seemed like, okay, this is because the way the woman was mouthing behind you, like you just go on this same thing.
Well, I do think. I mean, I think the movie's trying to talk about how we all sort of have moments where we fall apart. And I think this is a woman who's falling apart and not really aware that that's kind of where she's going. And so she falls in love, has an affair. But yeah, but I think by the end that she's come to some sort of a different place where she's a little bit more comfortable with herself and feels more comfortable in her own skin, more authentic.
Yeah. Well, it's really good. I hope you see it because she's just fantastic in it. Now, is this true? This is someone said this is that you were actually they used you as a model for the new Columbia. You know, you've seen this before, the Columbia symbol. And this is so you know what it is. This is supposedly your face. They basically modeled it after to the new Columbia.
Yeah, I think they did. I don't know how much is me, but I think it was sort of they were inspired by me, maybe.
That's pretty impressive.
That's what somebody said to me
I think
anyway.
that's pretty amazing that You didn't know anything about it?
No, I happened to run into one of the men who'd been working on it, and he mentioned it to me, and I was just flattered and thrilled.
You should be flattered. I remember, and I didn't know anything about this either, they were always working on the Statue of Liberty, and I didn't know at all that that's what they were going to use me for, which is pretty... Oh,
That looks
embarrassing.
just like you. It's
It
amazing.
certainly. I think they use me. I'm not sure. It seems similar to me in that. Hey, Being Julia opens in New York and LA this Friday, and in theaters across the country in the coming weeks. Please go see it. She's amazing. Thank you so much for being here.
Ellen.
Nick Lachey joins us after this. We'll be right back with Nick Lachey. Our next guest has sold over 10 million albums and is half of Hollywood's favorite newlywed couple. These days, you can catch him on the WB's hit show Charmed. Please welcome back to the show, Nick Lachey.
Feels very good. Thank you very much.
Yeah. Well, listen, what's going on? What's new with you?
Well,
Second anniversary?
second anniversary's coming up. I'm trying to, the pressure's on. I gotta.
How can that? Did you hear me talking about it in the beginning? Like, how can you still be a newlywed? When does that stop?
I think after 2 years, you're supposed to stop being a newlywed, but we can't change the title of the
But this
show
is
at
the
this
third
point.
season.
So we have to do the last season, and then we'll officially be past the
This is
newlywed stage.
it's the last season.
It is the last season.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Well, wait a minute. Do you have anything special planned? Are you going to do something on the show for the second anniversary?
Well, last year we were in Atlantic City, which, nothing against Atlantic City, but it wasn't exactly my idea of a romantic anniversary. So I'm trying to find something, whether we go somewhere tropical or maybe take her to Europe or, something relaxing and fun.
And will they go with you? Will the cameras, when I say they'll film the...
They don't miss an opportunity for these big moments, like anniversaries, birthdays, they love that stuff. The holidays, anytime family's around and there's a chance for someone to embarrass themselves, they like to lurk nearby.
Did they come up with Atlantic City, or was that just where you happened to be?
It actually, Jessica had a show booked on our anniversary. It was the final episode of The Apprentice, as it turns out, and it was a concert she was doing for charity. At the Taj Mahal.
Yeah, maybe Reno this time around.
Reno, yeah. Keep it closer to home,
Right.
We're just gonna go out to one of the Indian gaming casinos nearby.
Do you gamble? Do you like to gamble?
I like blackjack. I don't like to get into situations where.
Texas Hold'em? You're not into Texas Hold'em?
I don't want to. No.
Really?
No, and I don't like to be in a situation where the rest of the table is, I can blow it for everybody, because then you feel all this pressure and you start sweating, and it's
Texas
just
Hold'em, you're only going to blow it for yourself.
Well,
You're not going to blow it for
that's-
everybody.
I don't know what I'm doing in Texas Hold'em is the problem. Yeah.
I don't either, but I still play. I like to bluff.
Well, you're probably a much better bluffer than I would be.
Not really, because you're not really supposed to bluff if you don't have anything. I always thought that cards, you just bluff and you just get lucky, and you have to know how to bluff the right way.
Does that work?
Yeah. No, it doesn't. I lose money all the time, but I don't play for much. But anyway, now here's my question with you, with the cameras. They are everywhere except the bedroom and the bathrooms, right?
Yeah, pretty much. They don't go upstairs. It's the downstairs of the house is open.
Right.
To them.
And are they hidden like in plants? Are there people in the living room? Or are they just like would there be a camera right there?
There's a bizarre potted plant in our family room that every now and then, you hear out of the corner of your ear, and if you look below the plant, there's a little revolving camera that turns around. So we play with it. We go over to this side, you see, it just follows you everywhere you go.
We have to take a break, but I understand you had the honor of the Cabbage Patch people made dolls for you and Jessica as well.
I just heard about this. Yeah, and
Yeah.
they
Oh, you
said
haven't
they were.
seen them?
No, I haven't.
Oh,
I haven't
have
seen
them.
them.
I'll
You
show
do?
you. Yeah, I do.
You have the actual dolls or the picture?
I have the dolls.
Oh wow, yeah, I haven't seen them.
You haven't seen them?
No.
How come? How come I've seen them?
That's a very good question.
I don't know why.
Everyone seems to know what I'm doing before I do anyway. It's just the way my life works now.
Yeah. Here's what's going to happen. We're going to take a break, and you're going to still be sitting here when we come back.
I won't move.
I'll tell you that. Yes, she is. We're back with Nick Lachey. And that's the final appearance is this Sunday night on Charm?
Yeah, the final one is this Sunday.
Have you had fun?
I had a great time. I had
Yeah?
a great time. It was a great cast. Great to work with Alyssa. She was really awesome to work with. Great crew.
You kissed her?
I did do that. Yes, I did. Yes, I did.
What was that like? Was Jessica all jealous and everything?
We didn't talk about it much.
Uh-huh.
It was just kind of understood that it was happening, and we didn't really discuss the technique or, you know.
Uh-huh.
Just, yeah. Went to work and made out with somebody else today, baby.
Yeah.
You know.
Made out with somebody that you just grew up
These things
watching
are
on TV.
they're not romantic. You know, it's like
Yeah.
Monday morning at 7:30 in the morning. You're,
Right.
you know, you're having some makeout scene in
Yeah.
the office.
Oh,
so it's
making
not
out
really,
at 7:30. Ugh.
Yeah.
All right, here are the dolls that I was talking about. Look how cute
Oh,
they
man.
are. Because they made them for me.
Look at
Here's,
this.
I know. Yeah. Look, see, yeah. Aren't these
Not
great?
bad. Not bad.
Yeah, very, very.
I look like I have a little soot under
I
my.
know.
Is that stubble or what
No,
is
that's
that?
supposed to be stubble. It's supposed to be the kind of 5 o'clock shadow sexiness going on right there. Right. And the hair. I'm not sure about the hair. Look at the back of the hair.
He's got quite a bit of product in there.
Yeah, that's
it's
a lot
working
of,
for him.
That's a lot of product. I think these are fantastic.
That
but
is funny.
You know what you don't have? These are great, but you know I have my doll someone sent me and made this, which I believe looks more like Angie.